So I'm talking to myself, and after a while, I felt, I feel I want to share it with others. Maybe nobody's gonna listen to it, but somehow I just want to share it. I want to share my feelings about my life because right now it's changing. I feel it's changing drastically, and I am changing. Actually, today I looked in the window, window, into the mirror. I looked in the mirror, and I looked into my eyes, and I realized I have not looked this way at myself ever. It's like I'm a different person. It's like, oh, nice to meet you. Hello. Very weird feeling. So that's my feeling. And today I bought myself dark beer. I I used to really love having a dark beer, and today I couldn't drink it. It was awful. It's the same beer. I just don't want it anymore. I don't like it. So I feel change in me. Big change. A different person. I'm allowing more of my true being. And I'm really letting go of ancestral energies. And I realized how my father was feeding off of me probably all my life. My God, he is such a vampire, energy vampire. Of course, not always, yeah. Let's not make him a monster. He's a great father, I mean. My parents always kind of admired me and respected me, despite my rather, well, unconventional decisions. They even supported my spiritual path, even though they're both Christian and they don't want to know anything about my beliefs. They don't care, but they just heartfeltly, intuitively encouraged and supported me on my path of new energy. Oh man, when I look back at my path, I feel so proud. And I think to myself, I have gone through so much. I have so much wisdom in me, so much experience. And today, I had a dream where I was talking with Archangel Metatron. And in this dream, Metatron took out his smartphone. I didn't know archangels use smartphones, but okay. Oh, and by the way, there was also Archangel Michael there. And it was funny because I saw Archangel Metatron as a type of doctor, medical doctor, and Archangel Michael was his assistant. Weird. That's how my mind interpreted my experience, because the mind interprets non-physical energies in physical way, because the mind is physical, in nature. It knows only what it remembers. It can only imagine what it has experienced, and it has experienced only physical things. So of course it will try to associate non-physical energetic interactions with its memories to try to show a story, try to understand it. So anyways, back to the point. I had this dream with Archangel Metatron and Michael. And in this dream, there was also an older man. And I was there, of course. So the four of us, we were sitting in an elevator. Really, in an elevator. It all happened in an elevator. It was part of another dream, but I will not make it too complex now. So this man, this older man, was like a patient, and I was like an, I don't know, intermediary, I'm not sure how to call myself there. And Archangel Metatron was sitting by his desk with Archangel Michael standing at his side, you could say, and Metatron was writing something in this dream. And I was talking with this older man, and he said to me, there is nothing but science. There is no spirit. All this is bullshit. All religions are lies. There is nothing beyond the mind. And I said to him, oh, so you believe in science only? Yes, he said. And I said, so then, who is your favorite scientist? And he thought for a moment and said, Lord Vader. I said, okay, but Lord Vader is a fictional thing, I mean, a real one. And I added, because every great scientist of this planet was also a great metaphysician. Well, actually most of them, maybe not everyone, but most of them have concluded that the mind is not the ultimate, and that imagination is actually grander than intelligence or knowledge. I can quote some Teslas, Einsteins, and Edisons, but he didn't want to listen to this. He said, it's just a trick you want to play on me. I don't want to talk with you. And at this moment, when he said that, I realized in this dream that he doesn't want to really change. He won't listen even. He's so stuck in his little mind and the beliefs. There is nothing more than just this reality, than just what science and technology is bringing here. And I thought to myself, okay, I will just honor you, my friend. That's your life, it's your experience. You can believe anything you want. And then Archangel Metatron answered a phone. Phone rang in his pocket and he answered it, and I will never forget the way he said it, but he just answered the phone and said, Metatron. Like, he didn't say, hello, this is Archangel Metatron, what do you want? Or he just claimed it so clearly and so authentically. He said, Metatron. I can't say it like that even. Anyways. Then this man came to Archangel Metatron after talking with me and asked him, like a patient would ask a doctor, ask him, so what can we do with this throat? And he's showing his throat and and so on. And Metatron, like, I don't know what he prescribed him something or what. But it doesn't matter. What does matter is that then Archangel Metatron called me to show me a movie on his phone. And in this movie there were so many versions of me, and the movie was titled No Stato and You Will Know Everything About Lucas. Get to know Stato and you will know everything about Lucas. Stato was my, like, a nickname, back in, not even high school. Well, let's say in high school, yeah. Gymnasium or something, I didn't like it ever. Man, this is a long talk. I hope I'm not boring. Am I heading somewhere with all of this? Because right now it's probably a bit mixed, but I'm bringing a point here. I guess quite arrogant point that I am very wise and I have so much experience in me. Because when I look back on those like 15 years of my life, I think to myself, I have gone through everything, really. And I have so much wisdom and consciousness now. So I think I don't want to prove it here, and I'm sharing this dream because this is what Archangel Metatron and Michael actually told me in this dream, and they told me it energetically, of course, and my mind created this whole story to kind of interpret it or bring it into my human awareness, you could say, because otherwise I wouldn't remember this dream and this energy. And thanks to the fact that I need a deep breath. I'm talking. And thanks to the fact that my mind interpreted this dream and I remembered it, and then I wrote some notes about it when I have awakened. So now I can kind of distill it down even more, because I had no clue what this dream meant when I wrote it. I thought it's a kind of special dream. I felt it's a special dream. But I had no idea what it meant until later. When I wrote it down, I mean, not in detail, but just bits of it, and I created a type of intuitive painting with watercolors to even more ground the energy of this dream into my human reality, human self. And then I let it go, and I was doing my things, and then I suddenly realized what this dream meant, what it was really about. So let me just finish. We're at the point where Archangel Metatron is calling me with Michael to show me a short movie on their smartphone. Well, okay. And the movie was titled Get to know Stato and you will know everything about Lucas, you see. And the movie was, this little movie clip there was about like that. In this movie clip, there was a city setting, like pavements, benches, and fountain and trees, yeah. But there were no people other than a lot of me's, different versions of me. Me clothed like that and like this and like this, and there's so many me's, And I smiled and I said to Metatron, "Oh my God, there's too much of me there." And then when I said it, suddenly something came in this movie and started destroying all those versions of me. They were like, how to call this? Like soldiers of some kind. Not dressed in their uniforms, but, well, actually, it felt like very fresh and sharp energy, that entered and started kind of smashing away all those different pieces, versions of me. That was actually quite violent and brutal. I didn't know what to think about it as I was watching it. I was shocked. And then I found myself sitting by the table, and in front of me there was a bowl filled with all kind of papers, not a big one, just a small bowl like you would eat soup from, or some Chinese rice thing, Yeah, anyways, and I had actually sticks, like the Chinese use, to eat. I had those sticks, and I was trying to how to say, to catch something, to grab something using the sticks, to grab something specific from this ball of all those papers there and stuff, And suddenly I caught it, I pulled out, and I looked at beautiful small crystal glass ball, sphere, and it is golden, honey colored, shiny, sparkly, translucent. But Archangel Metatron shows me, but it has some wounds in it, some breaks and scratches, Oh my God, it's broken, almost. He showed me this. And I felt such deep sadness, when I saw it. I felt very sad. So of course, I understand this as I have pulled out a potential of my clear self, of myself from this ball. And this ball was another symbolic representation of what I have seen, what I had seen in the movie before. In this movie, there were so many versions of me, but which one is true me? The question is. Well, one approach is to say that they are all true, They're all expressions, aspects of me. But at the same time, they are not real, you see. These are just games, aspects, pretending, not real, not true. You see, aspects are mind-based. They come from just limited perspective of yourself, belief systems, stories, but they are not real me, you know. And I have pulled from this bowl a potential, or you could say the core me, you see, the core me, honey gold shining me, true quality of me, the essence. You see, I can call it many words. I'm good at that. But you get my point. And in this movie that Metatron showed me, showed me, showed me, yeah, it's good. He showed me this little movie, and this fresh energy that my mind saw as some kind of soldiers, you know, or fighters who were, well, actually kicking my ass, kicking the many asses, many butts of my old aspects, kind of smashing them away. It was really what is happening within me right now, because as I am bringing in my essence, my true, real self, you know, it kind of kicks out all those false versions of me, all those little aspects and games and belief systems. They're just being kind of kicked out, you know, from me. So this dream was just like showing me what is already happening within me. I think to give me comfort, or to make me just have clarity about what I am experiencing right now. That's why, and that's also kind of synchronistic, that today I looked into the mirror, into my eyes, my face, and I saw a different person than yesterday, you see. Like, this dream was very symbolic and at the same time very real, because I have brought in more of my essence, you know, more of my true consciousness. And you see, my conversation with this older man who don't believe in anything outside the box of the mind and science was actually my conversation with my aspect. You know, I have this aspect of me that doesn't believe any of these things. He thinks that it's all bullshit and that I should just, you know, limit myself to the mind and normal reality. He believed it very much. You see, it was influencing me. But I'm wiser than that, you know. I know who I am. I know that reality is much, much bigger, more rich and deep and multidimensional than what just the mind interprets of it, you know. Because the mind is very limited in its perception and interpretation, actually. Actually, it is also paradoxically, or ironically, it is also proven by science, you know. It's proven that our eyes and ears and skin receive or perceive much more of the spectrum of reality, but somehow, and this is, no one knows how yet, but somehow our brain is filtering out most of these perceptions. So what your eyes see is just a sliver of what they really see. What your mind allows you to see from the perception of your eyes, the organ, physical organ. What your mind allows you to see is just a sliver of what your eyes really see. I mean, isn't it mind-boggling? For me it is. It's stunning when you think about that. You can see much more that is here, but your brain is blocking it. Literally, your mind is blocking it. The same with your ears. You can hear much, much more, because the ears do hear that, the physical organs of sensuality, but your brain is blocking it. Your brain somehow decides, oh, this is rubbish, and throws it out. So you hear only a little bit, and it goes on and on. The mind is programmed somehow to block sensuality. So what I perceive in reality around me is not what is really around me, you see. I see just a little bit of it. This is smashing for me, smashing. And it's a fact. You can Google it, you can find it. It's a proven fact. I get excited, when I talk about this. It's my passion since I remember. That's why I say that Archangel Metatron told me this today with Michael. They reminded me one very simple symbol. They said to me, know your truth and share your truth, Lucas. They told me that. Archangel Michael kind of helped me to feel my inner sword of truth, my truth. And Archangel Metatron helped me then to cleanse my throat, cleanse my vocal cords, so that I can speak my truth in a bigger way, in a better way. So here I am speaking, right? Yeah. It feels good, I have to say. And this dream was very symbolic. So to sum it up, I don't want to make it too long. To sum it up, I'm changing drastically, very quickly. And archangels, actually, well, they are supportive in this process, and they are not something outside. I don't perceive them outside. There are actually qualities of my own energy, my own essence, that, I don't understand this, but I'm glad they exist and that they actually can help a little bit with things. And I have deep trust in my experience, very deep trust. Even though, as a human, I oftentimes doubt it. I oftentimes not sure, Maybe I'm making it all up. I think to myself, this aspect of disbeliever, the intellectual guy. is kicking in sometimes, making me question myself, my life. But deep within, I know. Deep within, I know. And actually, not only deep within, but also right now, you see, in my casual consciousness, human self, I just do know and trust it. Yeah. Now, that's it. So, take another deep breath and thank you for listening to this. If you're here, I'm really grateful because, well, it means that it was somewhat interesting. I hope. Yeah. Have a good life, I guess. So maybe I'll record some more someday, and therefore, yeah, you can subscribe my channel or what. I guess I hope you're gonna have a great time in your life and all the best. Bye bye.